Hi guys, Ken Chigbo aka KenFX Freak, and I'm back with another week roundup and look ahead to the key events. Now, starting off last week, remember it's about central bank action, well, central bank rate decision, and let's just start off in order. So on Tuesday we had the RBA rate decision, so Australian dollar. They did let the markets down, the bulls anyway. So remember, markets have been pricing in interest rate hikes, when are those to come? And they really pushed back on expectations, actually, dovish tone there. We're not seeing rate rises until 2024. So that's why we saw this downside pressure. Look at that pressure there for AUD, okay? Giving up support here. You had a nice breakout and retest of this psychological sort of 74.50 area, or this round 74.50 area, making way for further potential downside there, obviously depending on the greenback. Now, onto the greenback now. We had the FOMC rate decision. Now, in line with expectations, they did announce that they'd start tapering their QE, their quantitative easing, their stimulus later on this month. But the only thing is, they really sort of called for the markets to be patient in terms of interest rate hikes. So that let the dollar balls down. Really, we could have had a nice extension and push to the north for the dollar, but we didn't quite because, as I said, they said be patient and they see inflation as just transitory. Jerome Powell loves that word. He loves it, transitory. So dollar balls didn't have a chance to rally there. By the way, guys, in terms of specific trade ideas, there are some moves that we're catching in my community, and do check that out. And you can click the link in my bio on my Instagram, go to Real Ken Chigbo on my Instagram, or go to Freak Forex Trading, go to the Instagram there and join our communities, and you get access to all of my educations as well. Ton of value, fundamentally and technically, trade ideas, community, so on and so forth. You do want to dive into that if you do want to level up as a trader. So then also in the week we had the Bank of England. Now this was a big mover. GBP absolutely slammed. Look at this downside pressure. Okay, now I did note at this that there was a risk to the downside because markets were pricing in the chance of a rate hike. Okay, around 50% of the analysts surveyed were expecting an interest rate hike. They didn't deliver that, so GBP came under heavy selling pressure there versus dollar versus yen, just generally speaking across the board. Now also euro under a bit of pressure as well. ECB's President Lagarde, she was just pushing again back further against any interest rate hikes as well, and they said that inflation's too low, she said. So dovish commentary there from her. So what I'm noticing is central banks are not moving as fast as markets had been pricing in. Remember, we had big rallies for a lot of these currencies versus the dollar because we're looking like, oh, all these central banks are going to be start raising quickly, but they're not. The two that are, okay, if we were to have a central bank league, the RBNZ, so NZD, and the Bank of Canada, so CAD, these two are at the top, okay? These are remaining, we're expecting to hike interest rates next year, early to mid next year, okay? Keep that in your forefront of your mind when you are trading against some of these peers, the crosses, the pairs, so on and so forth. These have the edge, okay? They really do have the edge. All right, let's just take a look, generally speaking, across the board against the markets. This week, by the way, we're just focused on US inflation. If that does come out higher, that's just going to further reinforce that the FOMC need to act sooner. The reason why I don't look is mixed things here for the dollar, because I do like how we've extended out of this flag structure, which I said last week. All right. Oh, goodness. There we go. You might have lost me for a moment there. Okay, just thought all the energy pulling out the mic. So I like this flag on a weekly, but one thing is I still don't like this monthly right now. Okay, I don't like the monthly because of this potential reversal candlestick, but time will tell. Euro, okay, euro just being held very stubborn. If we look on a weekly, a lot of weekly support here at this 1530 area. So if we do want to extend to the downside, we have to break out and retest this, okay? Break out, retest, and an extension to the downside. We do have obviously an opportunity that we produce like a W structure, one bottom and then second bottom and then neckline up here, okay? So, but then we'd need to break out and retest of 1670, and then we're going to extend to the upside. But obviously right now we can see trend has obviously been firmly to the south. GBP, big weekly support here at sort of 34.25, okay, similar to euro dollar. You know, we could end up forming a bit of a bottom area here with a neckline being eyed up around sort of 38.25, okay, something to just be aware of. Something that does tickle my fancy at the moment versus the dollar, because as I explained with the RBNZ, them looking to raise interest rates next year, is look at this NZD USD. We've got a bit of a bull flag here. We had a breakout here of a flag, look, can you see that there? Extension to the upside. Now we're just getting a bit of a retest of this bigger flag, right? So keep an eye on this, guys, okay? This could present a nice long opportunity given this sort of retest, and it's held so far on the weekly. You can see that sort of daily setting up for a potential reversal there. In terms of specific trade ideas around this, again, obviously you want to join my communities, click the link in my bio on my Instagram pages for those real Ken Chigbo or Freak FX trading. What else am I sort of observing? Well, still kind of observing this Euro NZD, because what we've got on a monthly, remember this left shoulder, this head, this right shoulder, what we're just observing at the moment is a bit of a retest. Okay, right now, you can see on the weekly, just a bit of a retest of that neckline area. On the daily, just narrowing, subject to a resumption to the downside. Euro, ECB are not expected to move anytime soon. RB and Z are. That's pretty much it there or thereabouts. Obviously, we had the dovish RBA. So we've got this on a weekly is very bearish, as you can see. Big bearish engulfing there for Aussie yen. On a daily, extended to the downside, it's M structure, breakout retest, making way for further downside. 4-hour pennant narrowing, subject to another wave downside. Big weekly support down here, 82.50. Okay, just a couple of things just to wear out. Other than that, that's it from me. Have an amazing week. Let's get it.